Earlier today, I popped over to the EVGA suite at the Bellagio to check out what they had in store for us in 2020. They actually have a new take on an existing graphics card that I think that you guys might find pretty interesting. BPS Custom's coverage of CES 2020 in Las Vegas is made possible by Thermaltake, Fractal Design, and Corsair. Thank you to them for making our trip possible. Check out the links below and show some love to those guys, or else they'll probably load up my next case review sample with a glitter bomb or something. I definitely say that there wasn't a whole lot of new to talk about at EVGA this year, but one of the things that they were really pushing was power supplies. They have 3 new lines of PSUs starting out at the bottom with the GA line. These are 80 plus bronze rated with attached cables and will be made for SIs, so it's unlikely that you'll see these on shelves. They come in a range of 400 to 600 watts and were relatively small and light. Stepping up from there, we had the B5 and G5 lines. The B5 is also 80 plus bronze rated but fully modular and comes in capacities of 550 to 750 watts. The G5 is replacing the outgoing G3 and maintains the same small size and 80 plus gold rating. They're going to be fully modular and available in 850 to 1000 watts. I asked why they are refreshing these lines if nothing really new is being added. And the answer that I got was that they were trying to be more aggressive on pricing. So the idea is to actually come in underneath the current MSRP of the G3 and B3 lineup. Although the exact pricing hasn't yet been finalized, you should see that pretty soon. These are coming to market in about a month. Next up was a motherboard that professional overclockers have been drooling over ever since it was announced at Computex, the SR3 Dark. This is EVGA's LGA 3647 solution, and it's the smallest motherboard on the market for that socket. Both ASUS's Dominus Extreme and Gigabyte C621 boards are absolute behemoths, being unable to fit in the vast majority of cases on the market, while also requiring 2 24-pin cables for power. Not only is the SR3 Dark a svelte eATX, but you can power it with a standard, albeit high-end, power supply, as it only requires 1 ATX cable connection. The water block covering the VRMs and chipset comes standard on the board, and you can choose to use it or not, as if you're not really pushing any significant overclock, EVGA told me that the board really has no issues running with just passive cooling here. It'll start shipping in about 2 weeks for an eye-popping $2,000. But if you want one or consider trying to pick one up to start breaking world records, I'd suggest doing it fast. They're only going to make 300 of them to start, and it's extremely unlikely that there will be a second production run. Over in the corner of their suite in a system that was looping Star Wars was their new Audio Pro. This is the second revision of their new Audio PCIe sound card, and this second generation comes with some significant upgrades and add-ons. For starters, and clearly the most importantly, the main board comes with a backplate, so no more ugly naked PCBs in your system. It has RGB LEDs running in a dual strip down the side that can be configured to show a pattern or a static color or to bounce around in conjunction with your music. It's $199 and is available right now, but it does have a limitation in that it can only power 2 audio channels. If you want to expand your system to true 7.1 surround, you'll need this daughter board for $119, which you can add on at any time. If you want to buy both of them at once, you do get a small discount, as the package is $299. The star of the EVGA suite, however, was a new RTX 2060, which isn't something that I thought that I would see at all in 2020. This is an EVGA RTX 2060 KO. You'll start seeing these on the market at the end of January in 2 different variants, standard and OC, both coming with the same compact 2-slot cooler and single 8-pin PCIe power connector. However, both will come in under the current MSRP for RTX 2060s, as the standard KO will actually be only $299 at launch, with the overclock model carrying a $20 price premium. I did a quick price check on Newegg, and the cheapest 2060 currently for sale is $340, so this undercuts current pricing by quite a bit. I asked them how they were able to do this, and they said they made modifications to the cooler design to make it less expensive to produce, as the 2060 wasn't a particularly power-hungry card, and they weren't making any real thermal sacrifices by doing this. This is a very interesting competitor to the newly announced RX 5600 XT, as board partner versions of AMD's newest GPU will certainly come in around the $300 price point, and it will be fun to pit these two against each other. So that's all from EVGA this year at CES. I want to give a big thank you to our sponsors for this year's show. So that's Fractal Design, Corsair, and Thermaltake. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Get subscribed so you don't miss any of our CES content coming all this week on the channel, and see you next time. All of our CES videos are edited on the Electronics Mag 15. Check out the link below.